Hi, my name is Carrie, and if this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, thank you for tuning in. This is just an update on where I am with my emotional clearing stuff using the formula of compassion, which it works, to me, the formula of compassion works so much better than the completion method, which I was using. I don't know what's wrong with the light today. I see something weird over here. Okay, so I'm not really in that good of a place right now, honestly. I used the formula of compassion yesterday on something that triggered some anger. And anger, is used as, whenever you are triggered by something, you use that to find out what it is that needs to be healed. Because there's a violation of a personal boundary. And I'm trying to figure out how to say what is going on without really giving too much information, because I don't want to just go and get, pour all my business out everywhere, to everybody. But there's a situation between me and my mom that is, it's similar to the situation that I told you about in the video I did called How to Permanently Heal Trauma. I think that was the name of it. We have all kinds of... We have a cat in the window over there. I'm going to try to turn this. Hold on, to see if we can get... Yeah, that's nice, lovely glare there. I apologize for that. I'm going to be working on getting a new computer as soon as I can, because this camera is a 1 megapixel. Wow. And the computer just by itself is really slow. But okay. So there's a situation that, and since I was 12, I didn't learn the lesson from when I was 12. I didn't figure that out. So there are other contracts that you have with the same people to teach you the same lesson, and different people to teach you the same lesson. Okay, and this is coming from, take whatever your situation is, come out of that, look at it from a higher perspective. It's coming from an angle of God consciousness, where you create certain scenarios to teach certain lessons in your life. The lesson for me is that I don't have any boundaries. And I don't know how to speak up. Well, I do. Obviously, when I feel like something is hurting me, I get angry and lash out because, hey, my boundaries have been violated. But I don't know how to set those boundaries and speak up efficiently, before those boundaries are crossed. Well, okay, so that was the lesson. The lesson about whenever the thing happened with the switch. And, and I was 12, and I was afraid to speak out because I didn't know what the outcome would be. I didn't know if I would end up in foster care, if my mom would end up in jail. So I just never spoke up about it. And then now she denies that incident ever happened to protect herself. That's why she's doing that. The glare is distracting me a little bit. Hold on, let me see if I can turn it down just a little. Okay. Focus. Okay, so the new situation has to do with finances. Whenever my situation first happened, with my awakening, and I was misdiagnosed as schizophrenic. Well, I was diagnosed as schizophrenic. I'll just put it to you that way, because of all the symptoms were very similar to that of someone with schizophrenia, and schizophrenia runs in my family. I see the connection now. But anyway, the point is that the symptoms were so severe that I needed, the Social Security office decided that I needed a payee for my money, which at that time, I really did. I mean, I was not well. I mean, I had all kinds of messages trying to come through, and they were, I mean, it was just bad. If you want to know exactly what happened and how that went down, you can watch my videos about the awakening in the awakening playlist on my channel. This is Mickey. He just jumped on my lap. So, okay. The first 2 checks that I received, I had no idea that they were there. There was some, just the way that situation was handled was very inappropriate. I'll just say that my bills didn't get paid and hers did. You know, I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail. You know, some of the things did go to me. I received one of the checks when I found out that she had them. And this was about 2 weeks, I'd say about 2 weeks later that I found out that they were there, and I was sitting there with no money. I felt powerless. The point is that I felt like the same kid that was on her knees getting beat. I felt that powerless. I felt that degraded. And, you know, so I ended up getting kicked out after that because I got so angry that I broke doors in the house. I broke her bedroom door because we didn't have any food, and I had to cancel a doctor appointment. I had to cancel my insurance on my car, got canceled. My phone got turned off because I couldn't pay the bill. And I'm just sitting there. I was so angry. I ripped her damn door off the hinges, and I'm like, you're gonna give me my fucking money. And I handled it very poorly. This was before I started, I was still on drugs back then. So I did, I feel like I did need a payee, but I wanted her to be like, hey, let's, I got your checks. Let's go get what you need. What do you need? I wanted her to mother me. I wanted her to treat me better, instead of, she was dishonest and paid all of her bills, and the money that second check was just gone. About a little over half of it went to me, but there was still some that, and so, okay, the situation now, and this is getting a little long-winded, but the situation now is she's asking me to fix the door. She kept the money, but never, and kicked me out and I was homeless, by the way. This is all apparently something that I set up because I wanted to learn that lesson of boundaries and speak up for myself. So here's the situation now. She could walk in that door right now and hand me an eviction notice. That's how she does it. She'll just go to the court and she'll put it, I don't know if that goes on my credit. I really don't know. But she'll let me live here for a few months, or this time it's been a little bit over a year. But she'll get mad about something, usually something I've done in the past, and then she'll come in with an eviction notice. Well, I decided yesterday, because I used that situation to do the formula of compassion. I was trying to get over the situation, trying to step out of it, rise above it. But I was so angry. I just lashed out all day at her, but I wasn't going to put up with it. I wasn't going, and she triggered me by asking me to pay for the door. And I told, and I worked the formula of compassion, and I came up with the solution, which is she violated me, a personal boundary. She did. And I'm not gonna say she didn't. And she will not own up to treating that situation unfairly. And so I told her, I'm not gonna pay for the doors until you can at least own up to treating that situation poorly. And she's not going to do that. So she might, you know, and I told her, she threatened to call and have me committed because I was so angry. I was yelling at her and she was yelling back. I mean, she's the only person that's allowed to be angry or have any kind of feelings. And I'm not cool with that. I'm just like, no, my voice is valid. And that's the lesson that she's teaching me by playing that role. And I get it. I get it. I thank her for that. I really do. And it's so hard to be in the moment when that's still happening, when she's still playing that role of mean, vindictive, untruthful, childish. And whenever that's still happening, it's hard to rise above that and just let it go over you, you know. And plus I'm PMSing right now. I'm just like, I'm moody. I'm like, damn, man. So, oh my gosh. So she threatened to call and have me committed. I'm like, why? Why? She'll get mad and threaten to have me committed. And that, how does that make me feel? You know, why? Why would my mother, someone who's supposed to love me and take care of me and nurture me, which she wasn't ever taught to do herself. I mean, I'm sitting here saying all this stuff and I know the answers. I know why she does it, but it doesn't make it hurt any less. To know why they're doing it doesn't make it hurt any less. So I told myself, I told my guides, and I did write a letter to her soul after I completed that last night. I wrote a letter to her soul and I burned it, just saying, thank you for playing your role. You're playing it well, but I'm not going to bow down to you. So she can come in this door anytime right now with a eviction notice, and then I'm just not going to hold on to my place to stay. I'm not even going to hold on to my animals. I love my animals to death, but if I've got to leave to prove that I have a voice and that she is not going to violate my boundaries like that what she did was unacceptable, then I've just got to do it. I've got to, you know, part of me is saying, no, she's not going to come in and have you evicted, and, you know, because you got mad about the money. It was like $500 that's in question here, you know, and I was sleeping on a floor in a motel room with no clothes, no food. And then she tried to keep the next check that came in. She wanted to keep it. The next check. So, anyway, I just wanted to give y'all an update on that. I'm also not really doing too hot on, I'm going through a dark night of the soul. I'm learning very powerful, a very difficult lesson about boundaries. And then of course I do have a codependent relationship with my daughter, you know, because I had her so young. I was needy. I needed love. I needed affection. And, you know, losing my parents at such a young age, I didn't get that. So, you know, I clung to her in an unhealthy way. And now we're more, if you know us, we're more like best friends than mother and child. And I know that that's unhealthy. And I'm going through that, you know, trying to back up away from that, still fearing about, you know, and I gave it to God yesterday, or guides, or my soul. I gave it to my soul yesterday about the fear of, you know, since she's driving now and everything. And I'm just like, because I've been in such fear that it's starting to manifest with her now. She's starting to tell me things that's making more fear. So what you resist persists. So I just gave up last night, and I said, you know what? And I was crying. I was like, if it was meant for her to exit, we have exit points. Gigi Young does a video called Exit Points. It's very, very interesting if you'd like to watch that. But there are certain exit points. If she is meant to exit before me, which I don't, I mean, who wants that? What parent wants that? No, none of them. No parent wants that. Now, there might be some parents out there that really probably don't give a shit, you know, because they don't love, and I don't get that at all. I mean, that's their own life blueprint. But for me, it would tear me up. But if I'm truly going to break the patterns of dysfunction that my soul sent me here to do, then I've got to just let it go. I've got to let it go. I've got to let God. Let go, let God. So that's what I am doing. You know, if you're going through something like this with your children as well, one of your children, then, you know, leave a comment or something. I'd like to know what you're experiencing with that, or if you've experienced something like this. It's just almost a disabling fear is what it has been. Just a disabling, like a block. I mean, I just feel like I'm holding on so tightly that I can't even enjoy my life. I mean, I was in Target the other day and I was looking at the body wash, and a song came on by Sugarland. It was a love song, a breakup song, talking about if you have something to say it now. You probably, if you've heard the song, you know what I'm talking about. Say it now. Slow the time down. And I'm just, my heart sank. I'm like, oh my God, her soul's telling me she's gonna die. Oh my God. And I lost all joy in being out shopping for Christmas. And I got to the car and I just bawled. And then yesterday, my daughter walked in front of me, and there's a Kesha song that says something about TikTok, the time is ticking, or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was like, what are you telling me? And I didn't say that. I've just been holding it in. And the other day, I knew that I had to let it go. I just had to let it go. And I was thinking about the way that my cat, if you've seen pets, do pets have souls, or your pets have a soul? That video, it explains how my cat's soul sent me messages. Two of my cats. That has happened with 2 of my cats so far, and I know 100% without a doubt that I received messages before and after death. And now I'm just like, and I had a dream one time recently that one of my lessons is afterlife communication. So now I'm just sitting here, and all of these things have built up to give me fear and more fear and more fear. And it's almost like, I'm just like, if I don't let go, I'm gonna end up in a nut house, because I'm driving myself crazy. I'm putting myself through so much stress that if I was to just say, okay, what's the worst that could happen? That's it. If that was to happen, and I wrote this down last night, then my situation with her, my relationship with her would just change, because energy never dies. Her soul would communicate with me in my dreams and through messages, just like my cats did. And I would, it's not like I would lose her. So I just had to, excuse me, I had to let it go. But that's an update on what is going on with me. I know that that's a lot of talking, but I gotta get this shit off my chest, man. If I keep this in, it will give me cancer or something, make me completely crazy, batshit nutty. But okay, on a brighter side, if you're still watching after 19 minutes, then you're an amazing, amazing person. Goodness. I did buy the software to do my videos. So wouldn't that be ironic for me to buy the software to do the videos, and then I don't have the computer anymore to even do my videos? So I'm just like, oh my God, how awesome would that be? So, but I'm at least, if she comes in with an eviction notice, I've at least got 30 days, so I can do as many damn videos as I can until then, and then I'm gonna have, you know, I'll find it. What's the worst that could happen? Hold on to nothing and you will have everything, right? So if that was to happen, I will just pump out as many videos as I can, and then I'll try to find, so I'll end up finding another home to live for a couple of months, 3-6 months, until she feels bad and says I can come back, and then I can be with my animals again. That's how I'm just playing it right now. I'm playing it by ear. You know, maybe she won't do that, but shit. What a life. And I don't have enough money on my disability to go and get a place of my own. And even if I did, I got 4 dogs and 3 cats. So, I mean, my God. But anyway, thanks so much for listening and letting me vent. And even if nobody watches this to the very end, I still got it off my chest. And I'm going to go and probably eat something and take a shower, and I might do a video here shortly, one on a more positive note. Alright, y'all, have a good day, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.